beautiful soul. My name is Mara, and I welcome you to this pick a card reading. These are going to be indicators of the good news that's coming your way. And I did set a timeline on this, so it will be within the next 30 days from the time that you see this reading. So I have 4 different pages out for you to choose from, and I will just give you a moment to look them over and decide which one you feel the most drawn to. All right, if you need more time, you can pause the video or you can go down to the description and hit the reading selection timestamp. We are going to start with reading number 1, but all 4 will be timestamped in the description as well. And if you are interested in purchasing this tarot deck that I will be using today, then you can find my affiliate link in the description, as well as a link to all of the decks that I use in my personal practice and on this channel here. So yeah, I will see you at your reading. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your reading. You felt drawn to the Page of Swords. So, this page is all about news of ambitions, politics, ideas, inspiration, sometimes mental clarity or mental health. And it's a very air dominant card. And so, I feel like this specific news, the fact that you were drawn to this one, makes me feel like this news is going to come more from within via a strike of inspiration or an idea. But let's get into tarot just to see, because it could be that it is news about an idea and not necessarily coming from within. But I digress. Let's go ahead and get into what this means for you. For group number 1, Spirit, the people that felt drawn to and chose the Page of Swords, what good news is coming to them within 30 days from the time that they are seeing this reading? Love, love, love to see it. Okay, we have the Sun, the Hierophant, and the World on the bottom of the deck. So this is absolutely I think it's going to be coming from like outside of you. We have the Sun, and this is telling me that it's going to kind of. I'm seeing like the universe shining a spotlight on the way forward for you. So if you've had an idea or if you've been wanting to start towards something, but you just haven't had the resources, you haven't had the mental clarity, or however that manifested for you in obstacles, it feels like it's being cleared up through the Sun card. It definitely feels like this coming together, this mending feeling of understanding and clarity. So I would definitely expect, first and foremost, that there is like this pathway cleared, like the haze is lifted, and whether that's, you just getting really clear about things or somebody introducing a way forward for you, it definitely feels solid. Now, with the Hierophant, it does feel like it may come from somebody else. The Hierophant is an uplifter, a teacher, a provider, and it feels kind of like you have this opportunity to gain the knowledge about what you are wanting to start, or for somebody to teach you, I did something similar, and so here's everything that I did, and they just kind of lay it out for you, and you're able to take their advice, take what works for you, and obviously you want to leave the rest. But it feels like you have this really strong guidance system, whether that's coming from within or outside. I'm really still feeling like it's from outside. And with the World on the bottom of the deck, it feels like this reminder not to close yourself off from any opportunities. It's really important that you just stay open in your mind and allow the universe to just provide for you. It would be a shame for you to box yourself in too much and say it's only going to happen one way, it's only going to happen this way, I can only do it this way. I don't have the degree, I don't have the knowledge to do it this way, because you will learn on the way to what you want. So I wouldn't be surprised if your good news starts off shortly after this reading and trails through the next 30 days. And it's not necessarily a one day kind of deal. It does seem like it's like a progressive kind of thing for you. But let's get further into your reading. Can we get clarity on what exactly this is, Tarot? Three of Wands, another indicator, and Ten of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Another indicator that this is specifically about your vision, your ideas. This isn't, sometimes the Page of Swords can indicate an invitation, a letter, some kind of email, and an invitation to go somewhere. But I really feel like this is something that you have been sitting on, something that you have been waiting to really put out there. And now you are ready. You are stepping into a path where you're really going to feel confident and self assured, and you will have the resources to get the things that you want done. You may be a little bit in the waiting period in terms of having to wait for, the ship of your ideas to come back in, but it does feel like you're starting. You are moving in the direction of this emotional fulfillment and this celebration that you have really been wanting for yourself. Definitely trust your ideas right now because they are golden. They will bring you the emotional stability that you've really been looking for. Yeah, we have the Five of Wands and the Emperor on the bottom of the deck. So be careful not to doubt yourself too much. It's okay to be self critical sometimes. That can lead us to self improvement. But if you are constantly going back and forth, will this idea pan out? Am I worthy of this? Do I have what it takes to make this work? Have I been able to achieve anything like this in the past? And it's like this, but I want it, but can I? I want it, but can I have it? And if you get stuck too long in that back and forth, then it can really limit your ability to stay open and to receive the things that you really want. And so I do feel that there is this level of courage, this level of overcoming fears, and the page or excuse me, the suit of swords in tarot is your mental space. It is a very ambition dominant suit. And so it does feel like this may take a little bit of mind tricks in terms of um taking care of your mental health so that you don't fall into a self-doubt trap. And especially with the Emperor on the bottom of the deck, you have the power to really be powerful and to step into this extremely wealthy, not just in physical, but in emotional terms, space in your life. But if you don't take care of your mental space along the way and potentially beforehand, then it can be really difficult to continue on. It can be really difficult without that stability that you deserve to have. The Emperor is a very powerful person, but he is more of a thinker and not a feeler. So, and again, he's clutching this sword here. So it's important that you stay in control and kind of have that balance of your mental strength and your emotional strength. I love that the 10 of Cups was out here just a moment ago because it reminds you to keep your why strong, to keep your drive and passion strong, um, and alive, so that you don't say you face an obstacle and it's like, "Well, I guess it didn't mean that much to me anyways. I can step down. I can give up. It's not gonna be the end of the world." But if you are really passionate about it, then you will face those obstacles head strong and say, "I'm not giving up. I'm going to continue because this means something to me, and I am worthy of my passions. I am worthy of receiving what I want." It's like you are this young entrepreneur going out on this adventure with your little sword, and you have all of these guides leading your way, and it's just up to you to really and it's I'm not saying that you have to fight your way through this scenario, but it does feel like you need to have the courage and the bravery to go on this adventure, and that things will be good for you. Obviously, the sun was one of the first cards that came out, so there's nothing but good energy here, and it's such positive momentum that I do feel you will be learning a lot of really beautiful and important lessons, whether that's coming from within or again coming from without, or outside of yourself in terms of the teacher, the leader that you will be facing. So, overall, I really love this message for you. Your good news is one of following your ideas, following your inspiration. And it may be, if it's not just, this journey for you, that your good news is a strike of inspiration and clarity and you're able to go after what you want. It may be that somebody sees you and your idea and picks up the pieces for you and really gives you that clarity and is like, let's go here. I have resources for this. I have this. Let's make this happen. So, however, this manifests for you, I'm really excited. If you want to come back to this video and let me know, I would love to hear in the comments about this adventure for you, because I think it's going to be so magical and purposeful. If you resonated with this reading and you like the way that I read tarot and feel drawn to my energy, then I would love if you would give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. You can also find me on TikTok. I do live readings weekly. So, yeah, I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching. Blessed be. Hello, group number two. Welcome to your reading. You felt drawn to the Page of Pentacles. So, this could be an indicator that your good news is going to be about money. I love that. And it is possible that this is just a resource, some kind of monetary. Something that has monetary value. So it may not be specifically money, but an object, something material in your life. It can also speak of your environment. So let's dive into tarot because I'm curious on how this is going to manifest for you. So for group number two, Spirit, the people that felt drawn to and chose the Page of Pentacles, how will this manifest for you? Okay. Wow. Interesting that we have this really grounded and physical energy in combination with this very internal energy. We do have the Five of Cups and the Three of Cups coming out with the Hermit on the bottom of the deck. So this is really telling me that this good news, first and foremost, before we get into what it could possibly be, it's going to take you from a very difficult time in your life into a much, um, not just happier, but more rewarding time. I do feel as though you've probably either fallen on hard times, or just your mental space hasn't been super clear. It hasn't been super uplifting or a positive space to exist in. And because of that, it's kind of like an extension of that. Your life is an extension of your emotional and mental space. And so it's kind of difficult for you to perceive the good things that are happening for you every day. And so it could be that you are needing to address some emotions for yourself to align with this good news. It could be that you are already in this space of grieving, of allowing yourself to really feel. But I do see that it is very important that you do that, whether you've started that process or not. It's going to help you to get to this space. And I feel like, um, I should preface the rest of your reading with, if you aren't willing to do that, it may not be within 30 days, because I feel, and it's important to remember that tarot doesn't predict our future to a T, it predicts what we're aligned with. And it's pretty difficult to shift out of something, super big within 30 days, unless you are doing the emotional groundwork and really preparing to allow that in. So I do feel that it's up to you to stay in alignment with this really positive news that's coming to you. So with the 3 of Cups here, we have this, what looks like the maypole, and this is a really beautiful celebration of harvest. It's bringing things in, it's celebrating the growth and the prosperity and the um, the overall enlightenment. And I don't know too much about that celebration, so I don't want to sound ignorant when I'm saying all of that. But I do know that this is all about harvest and celebrating. So I do see this being a really positive moment in your receiving of this good news. It may be that, you receive it and you get to go out and party, you get to go out and be with people that you love, or be with your company if it's a work related matter, with it being the Page of Pentacles, and you guys get to celebrate your win. You guys get to celebrate the things that you are bringing in. And there is a lot of emotional reward that comes with the 3 of Cups here. So let's see how else is this manifesting for you. Okay, we've got the High Priestess. Can we know what exactly, or what this is about? What is this good news about? Okay. Okay, we've got the High Priestess, the Queen of Wands, and the 10 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So this kind of feels like your good news is going to be a little bit like, you have to invite it in. And that's kind of what I was getting at with the 5 of Cups there, is that you have to stay in alignment. But I kind of feel like if you don't take a certain type of action towards this good news, that I think that, you probably have an idea of what I'm talking about in terms of your good news, and you're watching this video kind of for confirmation towards that. I feel like you have an idea, and it's going to be up to you to take action towards that and to really create the thing that you are wanting to see in your life. So even though things may be difficult, you may have to overcome. Maybe this is something in your past that you had experienced when you tried this last time. Or maybe, it's just your fears talking and saying, no, no, we can't do this. We don't have enough. We aren't strong enough. We're not brave enough, and so on and so forth. But if you are willing to listen to your heart, listen to your intuition, and just pull upon, I'm just going to be really intense and say, the sacred knowledge within you, that you have naturally, it will be so much easier for you to navigate this path. It does seem like you are carrying a lot on your shoulders right now. And either you can take a step back, lay it all down in front of you, and condense it, so segment it and make it so that some things are focused on in this scenario and some things are focused on here. You just kind of like, it's still the same workload, but you're organizing it so that it's more efficient and easier for you to tackle, and that way you feel safer in your journey. or you need to lay it out on the table and say, what can I get rid of? What can I stop focusing on and leave behind so that I don't carry something that's actually limiting my ability to get things done. It may have initially been something that you wanted to incorporate into this project that you are working on, but for the most part, I do see that it's kind of holding you back. So either you need to organize and reevaluate it, or you need to let it go and move forward with a lighter load. But I do see you being able to do that and intuitively knowing how, excuse me, how to move through any obstacles that are showing up for you, even if they are created by yourself. With the Queen of Wands, it definitely feels, and I did see the 6 of Swords underneath this 10 of Wands. So it feels like this may actually be about your past. It may be that you are having to really gather a lot of, courage, a lot of confidence in terms of how to move forward, and if you are able to. The Queen of Wands does not mess around with the things that she deserves. She knows she's worthy of things. She doesn't beat around the bush. She loves to receive. She's very abundant. She also loves to give. She is a very grateful energy. And so I do feel that as you step into more of a confident space, you are creating alignment with that to persist and continue in your life. So you just need to get the ball rolling in the direction of what you want. And I feel like your good news will kind of snowball after that. It's like you make the initial first move, and then the rest of it is like people coming to you and saying, I have this that we can do. I want to do this. Can I add on in this? Or it's multiple ideas. You start to free yourself from the chains of any kind of emotional blocks that you had, and the abundance just starts flowing in. You start to receive more money, you start to receive more abundance, and it came from your ability to look within and really assess, do I want to live my life in fear and focusing on the things that haven't worked out for me, or do I want to make a change and really take a look at what I do have and just work with that and allow that to build and prosper in my favor. So it does feel like this is a bit of a confidence thing. It's a bit of a trust thing within yourself, that it's easy to get stuck in this web of lies that we tell ourselves about what we are capable of and what we aren't capable of. And so freeing yourself, doing yourself the favor of just running forward and, being wise about how you run forward, but making sure that you are believing in yourself and having that confidence to create the things that you want and stand in your power and just see the breakthrough that comes with standing in your creative power. It's such a life-changing moment, and I do feel that it is going to have create this influx of abundance in your life, whether it is a more of emotional thing or a physical thing. But I do feel that um, it may be an extension of your emotions, that you open the floodgates and then all of a sudden this prosperity is breaking through new business ideas, new jobs, new resources, maybe even some kind of inheritance is given. But whatever the case, there will be celebration. There will be cause for you to celebrate this good news that's coming to you. And I do think that it is going to be about your physical world. So, if you found this reading helpful, you resonated, and you like the way that I read tarot, then please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I post a weekly pick a card reading. I also am on TikTok and I do live readings every week. So, if you want to check that out, I have my handle in the description. Yeah, I love you all so much. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I wish you all the best in receiving this beautiful good news. Blessed be. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. You felt drawn to the Page of Wands. So, this is probably going to be some good news about a passion project, about an adventure, a trip that you may be going on. It is all about movement, taking action, passion, and desire. So, I'm curious on how this is going to show up for you. So, let's clarify it by diving into some more tarot. So, for group number 3, Spirit, by feeling drawn to and choosing the Page of Wands, what do they need to know about the good news that's coming to them within the next 30 days from the time that they see this reading? Ooh, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. What else have we got going on here, Spirit? The Hierophant and the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. I love this. I am obsessed with this, actually. I feel like this is you stepping into one of the most powerful eras in your life. And I do not say that lightly. I feel immediately when this 10 of Pentacles came out that this is about you getting what you deserve. And that is the best. That is the best things in life. I feel like maybe you've struggled for quite some time and you may already see this abundance starting to trickle into your life, and it's just going to keep getting better. I do feel like there may be some kind of I don't know if it goes so far to like for me to say shame attached to receiving. So you may have some doubts or some limitations in your mind when it comes to your ability to create consistent income, create a flowing abundance in your life. And I really feel like this is your time to heal that wound, and it will show up in your ability to receive, obviously. But I do feel like this is the perfect opportunity for you to learn from those fears as they come up. Say, why do I feel this way? What is the root of that? Do I have examples in my life where I really cut myself off from abundance? And if so, how can I forgive myself for that? How can I feel closer to myself through healing that moment? And I feel like this is why the Queen of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck. It's like she's wanting to help you nurture that relationship that you have, to nurture the prosperity wounds that you may be struggling with, because it does feel very self-created. Like you attracted this. You put a lot of work into the things that you really want for yourself and you weren't willing to settle, or maybe you did in the past, and it really took you a long time to step into your passions and just go forward with them. And it's scary. It's scary because it's like it's your baby, and you don't wanna you don't wanna squash it, you don't want to hold it too tightly, and you don't wanna hold it too loosely, and so it's like there's this kind of stress that I'm feeling, in terms of, like, how do I nurture this prosperity and these things that are coming to me without holding on too tightly or letting it all go? And I do feel that this is a perfect opportunity for you to really lay the groundwork and figure that out. The Hierophant, I feel, is here to remind you that you do have what it takes to absolve yourself of those fears and those limitations. I feel like sometimes he can show up as a physical teacher in our life, but I feel that this is a moment of release for you, some kind of forgiveness for the things that you've been through. And I keep using the words like forgiveness, absolve, the shame, because I feel like these are things that were integrated into your belief system at a very young age. And so there may be some really heavy feelings attached to it. And as you move forward, it may be difficult to face those things. And I feel like you have been facing those things. Otherwise, you wouldn't be attracting this Ten of Pentacles moment for yourself. But I feel like it's difficult to get that going, and once you do, it's like you can't, live your life from the perspective of not knowing and understanding the things that you've healed. I feel like that'll make sense for the people that it resonates for. But it feels like this good news that's coming to you is definitely like you catching a break. You may get, a large check in the mail. You may get, some kind of investor interested in your entrepreneurship, if that's something that you've got going on currently. You may get an influx in clients, an influx in money, an influx in prosperity in one way or another. But I do feel that this is about you receiving lots of money. And it's going to be important that you nurture it and that you nurture yourself in the process of owning this money. Yeah, we have the 6 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Wow, the Temperance and the 4 of Swords. Okay, so it is very important that you take time to rest. You don't need to overdo it. And I feel like in order for you to stay in a really good flow with abundance, you are going to need to find much more balance in your work life, in the things that you are achieving, because they are really, really important things. But if you are solely focused on your achievements, on your successes, and not so much, playtime, as caring for yourself, focusing on your inner child sometimes, and giving yourself that space to really have that downtime that is so important, that you will burn out. And it may be that you not lose the prosperity, but you hold on too tightly by trying to achieve too much, if that makes sense. And so it's going to be really, really important for you to find that balance that the temperance speaks of, um, as you move forward. So don't take on too much, or you may end up burning out and not receiving the full extent of this prosperity that the universe really wants you to have. But I do see that it is possible, and it especially so if you really lay the emotional groundwork and decide to heal these wounds that are coming up in response to you having this influx of prosperity in your life. So I feel like overall for you, group number 3, that your good news is about receiving more abundance, receiving more money, and however that manifests, whether it's in the form of clients, customers, whether it's an investor, whether it's an inheritance, maybe it is through, um, there's a lot of different things. And I feel it's important that you take it and you appreciate it and you stay in that appreciation space by honoring yourself, because you are the one that attracted it. You are the one that has started this journey. We do have the fool here. And so it feels like this is a reminder of getting back to, where you were when you started and recognizing how far you've come, so that you don't limit yourself and say, "Well, I'm still at the beginning, I don't know enough," like, letting that imposter syndrome sink in and feeling like you have to constantly be pushing yourself like you really did at the beginning, in order to keep this abundance in your life. It's just not the case. And in fact, you may end up pushing it out of your life if you do too much. So relax, let the balance of work and play really start to integrate into your life. Face any fears, face any doubts and limitations that are coming up surrounding this prosperity, and just allow yourself to learn and grow through this opportunity and through this good news that you are receiving. I wish you all the best. I think this is going to turn out so beautifully for you, and I'm really excited for you. If you resonated and you like the way that I read tarot, then please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing if you haven't already. I post a weekly pick a card reading over here, and I also am on TikTok and I do live readings every week. So if you want to check those out and get a reading from me, or if you want to book a private reading, you can email me. My email's in the description box below. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Blessed be. Hello, group number 4. Welcome to your reading. You felt drawn to the Page of Cups. So, this good news coming to you, it could be about something that you deeply care about. The Page of Cups is an emotional fellow. He is very kind hearted and really just very empathetic. And I feel like the Page of Cups can symbolize a lot of different things in our life because our emotions are tied to a lot of different things. It could be tied to money, could be tied to love, it could be tied to work. It just depends on how that manifests for you. But it definitely feels like whatever this good news is, it's definitely going to be something that you deeply, deeply care about and that you've probably been waiting to hear about for a while. So let's get into what this is going to look like for you. Okay, for group number 4, Spirit, by feeling drawn to and choosing the Page of Cups, how is this good news going to manifest for them within the next 30 days from the time that they see this reading? Okay, let's get one more card. We've got the Three of Pentacles first out. Okay, I am not going to be reading reversed cards today. I usually do, but not today. So we have Three of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups coming out with Justice on the bottom of the deck. So this is, yeah, it's definitely something you care about. It's definitely work related. It is either a apprenticeship that you have going on, or something that you are already very skilled at. Maybe you are the teacher or leader. Whatever kind of work situation you've got going on that you've been really owning your skills at, that's what this news is going to be about. And it's important because you have invested a lot of time and energy into it. You have really poured your life's work into it. And it, even if it's for a short amount of time, if you are an apprentice and you're just starting out, it's like you have already spent years in that field, or thinking about these things because you've wanted it since you were little. It's like something that is so natural and organic to come from you that it already feels integrated into your life. And with justice here, it definitely seems like this is something along your true life's purpose. And of course, our life purpose, it does flux, it changes as we change. And right now, it feels that you are stepping into the spotlight of it. It's like you're smack dab in the middle of your passion, and you can definitely expect, by feeling drawn to the Page of Cups here, that what you want in terms of your career is coming to you. And it may be, since this, the Three of Pentacles, it can be the Apprentice card. And so it may be that the beginning of what you really want in terms of your career is beginning within the next 30 days, and that it's just like this is the spark, the initial momentum that gets you going down that road. I don't want you to think that like you're going to have like every single thing that you've ever asked for all in 30 days just because we set that timeline. But I really do feel that it is the opening, it is the beginning, it is the allowing for that to start really existing in your life. So let's see what else is coming through. But I am very solid on the fact that this is a work related moment for you. Oh, interesting. Okay, we have the Hermit, the Two of Swords, and the King of Swords on the bottom of the deck. You may have to overcome a lot of mental limitations. I feel like you may have to make some kind of big decision that it's like I don't know if I can, I have to really think about it, and it's like I do feel that you could sit on it. You could have this really long hermit journey where you consider the pros and cons and you're really weighing things out. And that could be really beneficial for you. The only thing is that you don't want to get stuck there, because if you get stuck in the planning stage, if you get stuck in the deciding stage for too long, you end up exerting all of your energy sitting here trying to decide what to do when and then when it comes to actually take action, you're too comfortable where you are, or you don't have enough energy to actually do the thing that you've been deciding to do. So I feel like there is this a bit of a mental game when it comes to allowing this really intense emotional fulfillment from your work to come into your life. But oh, and maybe it's about fear, like maybe you have to leave your current job in order to achieve this moment for yourself, and that's terrifying because it doesn't guarantee that stability. However it's showing up for you, it's really important that you take charge. Yeah, we have the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles here. So it's definitely about you stepping into the leadership role that you really need for yourself and just making a decision. Again, it's okay to go on this journey of weighing the pros and cons, making a solid plan, getting the stability laid out, but don't stay there. Don't stay in that planning stage for forever and miss out on this opportunity to really go after the things that you want and to create a lot of stability and a lot of reward in your life. You've been through a lot. I love the way this guy's face is depicted in these cards. It's like he's seen things. The King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, they have both been through a tremendous transformation through life. And no wonder you may be feeling like, is it going to be worth it? Because you've probably seen and witnessed and experienced a lot of um, downfalls, a lot of things not working out, running into obstacles. It does seem like you may have this immediate assumption that if you don't have it all figured out to a T, that it's just simply not going to work out. And I really don't feel that that's the case. I feel that this is going to work out for you because it is of a divine plan. It is yours to have. It is part of your life purpose, as I was saying earlier. And the universe wants to bless you with this 10 of cups moment, this really beautiful abundant energy and emotional prosperity that comes with this card. And the page of cups is the very beginning of that. It's taking the first step. And since we have this apprenticeship over here, it's really important that you invest your time and energy into that so that you can grow, so that you can start where you are now and just simply grow, because, you know, 3, 5, 10 years down the road, I mean, you may be in a completely different space, but at least you will have started and you will know so much more than you do now. So allow for this really powerful and grounded energy to exist within you because you do have it. You have what it takes to be very assertive and to not sit and wallow in woe is me. It hasn't worked out before. What if it doesn't? What if it's this? How do I do this? I'm not capable of this. It's a lot of, and I get it. And I don't want that to sound like it's stupid that you feel that way because it's not. Again, you've been through a lot, I can see, but it's so important that you give yourself the grace and honor yourself enough to take on these opportunities that want to exist in your life. I really feel like this is about you grabbing a hold of life and choosing it and choosing to love your life. So, overall, I feel like your good news is going to be about work. It is going to be about an opportunity in some kind of passionate thing that you've really, really wanted to start, but haven't really had the resources to or haven't had the opportunity to. I really feel like that's opening up for you and changing. So, if you liked the way that I read tarot and you resonate with this message, you found it helpful, then please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing if you haven't already. I do post a weekly pick a card reading, and over on my TikTok, I do live readings if you are ever interested in that as well. But I love you all, and I wish you all the best on this. I think you are so worthy of this and so, so, so capable of this work venture. Blessed be.